Okay, so if you go to the website, formscanner.org, www.formscanner.org, and then you go to the Forms tab, you'll find a bunch of different forms there. And one of those is a surveytemplate.zip. And in that zipped up file is a bunch of documents that David Coleman has created. These are survey templates that you can use, and a question has come up as to how did he do this 3x4 field. So this is one question, but it has 12 responses, and they're laid out on a grid like this. You can't do this automatically in FormScanner because FormScanner will only put responses to fields, to questions in either a vertical or horizontal column or row. All right, so here you'd have to do this as say 3 separate questions or 4 separate questions, 3 separate questions in a row or 4 separate questions in a column. And that's not what you want, because what you want is to get all the responses to the question as one single group of responses. Okay, so that in this, when you get the CSV file, the spreadsheet, you would have, for example, in this question, as the response, you would have email, someone in show, SCD paper, and all the ones that are bubbled. All right, so we want to create a way that you can do that, and David, turns out that he just edited the text of the xtmpl file. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's not terribly difficult, so let's first just open up FormScanner using the latest version 0.10.0. I'm going to create a template by pulling up that first image. I'm going to give myself one question. I'm not going to do all 12 responses. So if we go back to that image, I'm just going to do like these 6 right here, these first 2 columns. So give you the idea and not as much work for me. So I'll do those 6 responses. Okay, I'm going to define where they are. Get that one on there, and then I'll put this one here on the website. And as you would expect, I'm going to get 4 more bubbles in between. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put A as email, B as someone in show. Now this one isn't proper because some B is right here, but so the coordinates here are not correct, but we're going to change those. Nusa FM, SCD paper. Again, all of these do not have correct coordinates. E is Coulomb paper. And then this last one does have the correct coordinates. That's website. And then I will confirm that. And it saves that template. Okay, so now I'm going to close this. I'm going to open up this template with my favorite text editor. So I'll use Notepad. You can use whatever you want. I think Notepad's probably the best if you're using a Windows machine. I'm going to open that file. It doesn't show up in my folder because I have to select all files, and then I open the file. Now here, this is the file that has all the information about your fields. This is the positions of those dark rings. If there's a rotation, when you scanned it, it gives the rotation angle there. And then here's your responses. This is the value of the response, and then these are the X and the Y coordinates for those responses. Now you can view these coordinates in FormScanner. I'm going to use an image editor though. So I'm going to open up this. I'll just open it up with Paint. And now if I come here, if you look down in the lower left-hand corner, those 2 numbers are the X and the Y coordinates. So for example, email, which has the correct coordinates, is at 181, 2199, or 180, 2200. So let's go back to our xtmpl file, and for email I should have 180, 2200. Email 180, 2200, or 181, 2199. Likewise for website, where is website? Oh, well, this was supposed to be website, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in. I guess I didn't save that in the end. So my website should be at 725, 2200. And you see it is 723, 2199. I'm looking again down here in the lower left-hand corner, and it gives me the coordinates for that. Now let's put in the rest of these. So someone in show is 180, 180, 2250. Someone in show right here is 180 and 2250. Okay, SCD paper is 180, 2300. You're probably seeing a trend here. 180, 2300. Each of these in this column have the same x coordinate because, well, they all lie along the same longitude or the same x coordinate. Now, looking at these over here, website should already have the right coordinates. 725, 2200. I'm going to go ahead and change this just to 2200. Now, Noosa FM is 725, 2250. So I'll look up Noosa FM. 725, 2250. And Coolum players, which you can probably go ahead and guess, is going to be an X of 725 and a Y of 2300. So we can just check that. Coolum paper 725, 2300, looking down there at those coordinates. Okay, so now I can close this image. I can save this. And I can reopen Form Scanner. I'm going to open my template that I've saved. And now I'm going to open my images. We can look at these. The new version of Form Scanner, by the way, has this really nice feature that allows you to zoom out. Oh, I made a mistake here. Let's go back. I'm going to show you my mistake. I'm just going to cancel this. Let's reopen that. I'm glad I made this mistake just to teach you a lesson. Yes, okay. So let's go back and I'll open up Notepad again because somebody else has asked, oh, I made a small mistake when I was making my template, but it was a very complicated template, and now I just want to change this one thing. So let's open up that template again. And the mistake that I made was that I did not allow multiple responses. So I'm going to change this from false to true. And you can do similarly over here. Like if you change the orientation, that doesn't affect anything because the orientation is just used to set the coordinates, and you've just changed the coordinates by hand. But you can also change this reject multiple from false to true. All right. So if you have small things that you need to change like that, the field, whether you allow multiples or not, and whether you reject multiples, you can do that here. So I'm going to do that. That's why I wasn't, when I just ran Form Scanner, why I wasn't picking up all the answers. So let's load our template again. And open up our images again. And now I can step through them. Oh, see, it picked up all 6 answers. And if you look at the responses over here, you get all 6 answers. Coolum paper, email, Noosa FM, SCD paper, someone in show, and website. And that'll show up in your CSV file. Alright, similar here, email and Noosa FM. I pick up those two, and I pick up email, and Coolum paper. Alright, so that's how you edit the xtmpl file. You just need to edit it in your favorite text editor. And that is where we will stop. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know. Shoot me an email at chad.young@nichols.edu.